Nestled under steep sandstone cliffs during the 18th century, the old town of Hastings became a place for the wealthy to take a therapeutic dip. And after the arrival of the railways, it grew to become a popular Victorian seaside resort. But with many prime attractions located atop steep cliffs above the beach, 2 cliff railways known as funiculars were built. The first, to the west, accessing the ruins of the castle, opened in 1891. Built by a private company, work overran and it was not a financial success. So when it came to building a second, the council took matters into their own hands. And it's this East Cliff line I'm visiting today.
This is the steepest working funicular railway in the whole of the UK. Now, if you think that's 90 degrees, we literally are going up like this at a 78% gradient. I mean, it is so steep and a real feat of Victorian and Edwardian engineering. Can you imagine what a thrill it must have been for the tourists of the day standing here as we climb so rapidly, looking out on this spectacular view, which I have to say is so impressive.
There is no driver's car on this line. Instead, operations are managed from a cliff-top control room, where I'm meeting the man with his fingers on the button, Kevin Borman.
Hello, Nicki.
Hi there. That is the most tremendous view.
Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Best job in the council working up here, I reckon.
So this is where it all happened?
This is it. This is the control room.
So this one's ready to go, it looks like.
Push the run button. Here it goes.
So what is a funicular railway?
A funicular railway is one simply worked by a cable and pulleys, and so the one lift goes up and down and the other one follows it round. As one goes up, the other goes down.
And when was this one actually built?
1902, so it's well over 100 years old.
Obviously for tourism.
Absolutely for tourism. Hastings was a big tourism resort even in those days.
As it is now.
As it is now.
This upper station is sometimes mistaken by visitors as Hastings Castle, but it was built to house 1,200 gallons of water. Along with a similar-sized water reserve in the lower station, this was the original means of powering the cars up and down the steep incline. Using a water balance system, a tank below each car was filled up at the top of the hill, causing it to descend and via a pulley lifting the lighter cars upwards. The tanks would then be emptied at the bottom of the hill and the cycle would start over again.
Actually, back in the 60s and 70s, you could hear the water, and as a kid, it fascinated me. As the tanks emptied at the bottom, this great swishing, swirling, gurgling noise as the water emptied out the tanks, ready for the lift to go up empty.
The line now runs on electricity, but retains the feel of the original, as well as the views.
You can see the fishing fleet, you can see the pier, you can see the whole of Old Hastings. And the rumour is, and I'm told it's true, that the plans were misread, and that's why it's so steep. It shouldn't have been as steep as this. It's unusually steep for a funicular railway.
It is very steep indeed.
But it's 1 in 1.3, which makes it very steep indeed. Most funiculars, nothing like as steep as
I
this.
certainly wouldn't want to climb it, that's for sure.
But as well as being the best place to take in the scenery, the steep cliffs of Hastings have often been of strategic importance. During the Second World War, guns were stationed here, and this funicular was taken over by the military to ferry munitions. But for those wanting a ride to Hastings' most historic military site, the castle, the West Hill lift is the one to take.
Now, that's unusual. It's not as steep as this one, but it goes through a tunnel.
So why has Hastings got 2?
Well, because we're a great town. Why shouldn't we have 2? But in the 1970s, when it was converted, we had horrible old fiberglass carriages. These were only 6 years old. They look very old-fashioned. They're based on the original Victorian design.
Well, it adds to the whole experience.
Absolutely,
I feel like I have stepped back in time.
Yeah.
As well as providing a taste of tradition, from the top it's possible to enjoy 600 acres of ancient woodland, heathland and grassland in the Hastings Country Park, as well as further incredible vantage points.
What a terrific view. And let's be honest, 3.5 million visitors to Hastings every year. They can't be wrong, can they? But after that extraordinary journey up, what comes up has to go down.
And as the Cliff Railway descends, I wonder if today's buyers have been left on a high after our East Sussex house search.